Oh, gentlemen, what if I told you that the man who gets chased is always the one who wins? What if I told you that right now you're probably doing everything backwards with women? And that's exactly why you're always the one doing the chasing instead of being chased. Today, I'm going to flip your entire understanding of attraction upside down. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make any woman obsess over you, chase you relentlessly, and see you as the prize she needs to win. But here's the thing. This isn't about being a player or manipulating women. This is about understanding female psychology and becoming the type of man that women naturally pursue. So if you're tired of being the one who always texts first, always plans dates, and always wonders where you stand, this video is for you. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that transforms you from the chaser into the chased. We're talking about real psychology here, not pickup artist nonsense. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the one mistake that 90% of men make that instantly kills a woman's desire to pursue them. The fundamental truth. Let's start with a hard truth that nobody wants to admit. Women are attracted to men they can't fully have or control. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. This isn't about being toxic or unavailable. This is about understanding basic female psychology. When you're too easy to get, when you're always available, when there's no challenge, her brain doesn't release the chemicals that create attraction and obsession. But when there's uncertainty, when there's a challenge, when you're slightly out of reach, that's when her mind starts racing with thoughts about you. Think about it. The guys women can't stop talking about are never the ones who worship them. They're the ones who keep them guessing, the ones who have their own lives, the ones who don't revolve around her schedule. The scarcity principle. This is called the scarcity principle, and it governs everything from economics to relationships. The less available something is, the more valuable it becomes. And right now, you're probably making yourself too available. You're texting her constantly. You're always free when she wants to hang out. You're giving her all your attention, all your validation, all your time. And what's happening? She's getting bored. She's taking you for granted. She's not chasing because she doesn't need to. You're already caught. The winner's mindset. But here's what changes everything. When you become the prize, when you become scarce, when you become the challenge, suddenly, you're not just another guy sliding into her DMs. You're the guy she can't stop thinking about. You're the one she needs to win. And that's when you become the winner of the game. Not because you're playing games with her emotions, but because you're finally showing up as the high-value man you actually are. Your internal world. Before we get into tactics, we need to talk about your foundation. Because if you don't believe you're the prize, no amount of strategy will work. Women can sense desperation from a mile away. They can feel when you need their validation versus when you're genuinely confident in yourself. The man who gets chased has an unshakable belief in his own worth. He knows that any woman would be lucky to have him. He's not trying to convince anyone of his value. He simply embodies it. So ask yourself right now, do you believe you're the prize? Or are you hoping she'll see your worth if you just try hard enough to please her? The abundance mindset. The man who gets chased operates from abundance, not scarcity. He's not worried about losing her because he knows there are other options. He's not clinging to one woman because he believes she's his only shot at happiness. This doesn't mean you're dating multiple women at once, though you absolutely can be. It means you have a full, rich life that doesn't revolve around any one person. You have goals, ambitions, friends, hobbies, passions. You're a complete man, not half a man looking for a woman to complete you. The energy shift. When you truly embody this mindset, your entire energy shifts. You stop being needy and start being magnetic. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop trying to prove your worth and start knowing your worth. And women feel this shift immediately. They can sense when a man is secure in himself, when he's not desperate for their validation, when he's genuinely happy with or without them. And that's incredibly attractive to them. Practical exercise. Here's what I want you to do right now. Write down 5 things that make you valuable that have nothing to do with any woman. Your skills, your achievements, your goals, your character traits. Read this list every morning. Remind yourself daily that you are the prize. And the availability trap. Now, let's talk about the biggest mistake men make: being too available. You think that being available shows you care, shows you're interested, shows you're a good boyfriend. But what it actually shows is that you don't have anything else going on in your life. When you're always free, always ready to drop everything for her, always at her beck and call, you're not being romantic. You're being convenient, and convenient is not attractive. The power of no. The most powerful word in your dating vocabulary is no. Not said with attitude, not said to be mean, but said because you genuinely have other priorities. Can you hang out tonight? I'd love to, but I'm hitting the gym with my boys. Want to text all day? I'm actually swamped with work today, but let's talk tonight. Every time you say no to something small, you're saying yes to something bigger. Your own life, your own goals, your own worth. The 2-3 rule. Here's a practical rule. For every 3 times she reaches out, you should only be available twice. This isn't about playing games. It's about having a life. If you're genuinely busy 2/3 of the time, it means you have things going on that matter to you. And when you are available, you're fully present. You're not distracted, not checking your phone, not thinking about other things. You're there because you chose to be there, not because you had nothing better to do. Creating mystery. Mystery is magnetic to women. When she doesn't know everything about you, when there are still things to discover, when you're not an open book, that's when her curiosity kicks in. That's when she starts wondering about you, thinking about you, wanting to know more. Stop telling her everything. Stop sharing every detail of your day. Stop being so transparent about your feelings. Keep some things to yourself. Let her wonder. Let her be curious. Let her chase the mystery. The texting trap. Let's talk about texting, because this is where most men lose the game before it even starts. You think that constant communication builds connection, but what it actually does is kill mystery and create the impression that you're needy. When you text her good morning every day, when you share every random thought, when you're always the one initiating conversation, you're not building attraction. You're building a habit, and habits are boring to women. The response time strategy. Here's the truth about response times. They communicate your level of neediness and your availability. When you respond immediately every time you're saying, "I have nothing more important to do than wait for your messages." But when you take time to respond, not to be manipulative, but because you're genuinely busy building your life, you're communicating that you have priorities, that your time is valuable, that she's not the center of your universe. Quality over quantity. Instead of texting all day about nothing, have fewer but more meaningful conversations. Instead of, "Good morning, beautiful, how did you sleep?" Try going radio silent for a day and then sending something that actually adds value to her life or makes her laugh. Make your communications count. Be the man who brightens her day when he reaches out, not the one who drains her energy with constant validation seeking. The power of silence. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. When she's being low effort, when she's taking you for granted, when she's not meeting your standards, don't reward that behavior with your attention. Silence speaks louder than words. It says, "I have standards, and this doesn't meet them." It says, "I'm not desperate for your attention." It says, "You need to step up if you want my energy." The fine line. Now, there's a fine line between being emotionally strong and being emotionally unavailable. One makes you attractive, the other makes you toxic. Let me explain the difference. Being emotionally strong means you have boundaries, standards, and a life outside of her. Being emotionally unavailable means you're closed off, cold, and incapable of genuine connection. The man who gets chased is confident but not arrogant, independent but not distant, strong but not heartless. Emotional intelligence in action. You want to be emotionally intelligent about how you create space. When you're not available, it's not to punish her or make her suffer. It's because you genuinely have other things that matter to you. Your career, your goals, your friends, your hobbies. When you do connect, you're present and engaged. You're not playing games with her emotions or trying to make her jealous. You're simply living a full life that she gets to be part of, not the center of. The vulnerability balance. Here's what most dating advice gets wrong. They tell you to never be vulnerable, never show you care, never let your guard down. But that's not attractive. That's just damaged. The key is strategic vulnerability. You share your feelings when it's appropriate, not when you're trying to get validation. You show you care through your actions, not through desperate words. You let your guard down gradually, as she proves herself worthy of your trust. Reading her investment level. Pay attention to her investment level, not her interest level. Interest is cheap. Any woman can be interested. Investment is expensive. It costs time, energy, effort, emotion. Is she making an effort to see you? Is she contributing to conversations? Is she introducing you to her friends? Is she making plans with you? That's investment. That's when you know the chase is working. The social proof factor. One of the most powerful ways to make her chase you is to show her that other people value you too. This isn't about making her jealous. It's about demonstrating your worth through social proof. Have an active social life. Post pictures with friends. Talk about the interesting people in your life. Show her that you're socially connected, that other people enjoy your company, that you're not sitting at home waiting for her to text you. The improvement principle. Always be improving yourself, not for her, but for you. Hit the gym consistently. Advance in your career. Learn new skills. Pursue your hobbies with passion. When she sees that you're constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly becoming a better version of yourself, she realizes that if she doesn't step up, she might lose access to this amazing man who's only getting more amazing. The success strategy. Focus on your success and let her see it naturally. Work on your career, your finances, your goals. Build something meaningful with your life. When you're genuinely successful and fulfilled in your own life, when you're building something bigger than just dating, you become magnetic. Women want to be with men who are going somewhere in life. The standards framework. Have clear, non-negotiable standards and stick to them. Not to be difficult, but because you know your worth. If she's not meeting your standards, don't lower them. Find someone who will meet them. When a woman sees that you have standards and you stick to them, she realizes she needs to step up her game. She can't just coast by on her looks. She needs to earn you. The relationship phase. Here's what most men don't realize. The chase doesn't end when you become official. If anything, it needs to continue in a healthy relationship. The moment you stop being the prize, the moment you stop having your own life, the moment you stop growing, that's when she stops chasing. Even in a committed relationship, maintain your independence, your goals, your friendships, your ambitions. Be a partner, not a servant. The final truth. Gentlemen, here's the ultimate truth. You don't make her chase you by playing games or being manipulative. You make her chase you by being so genuinely valuable, so focused on your own success, so clear about your worth, that she realizes she needs to step up to deserve you. You become the winner of the game, not by beating her, but by being the best version of yourself. When you're building your empire, when you're happy with or without her, when you're clear about what you want and won't settle for less, that's when you become irresistible. That's when you become the man who gets chased, not the man who chases. That's when you win the game. If this video helped you level up your game, smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you are the prize. Start acting like it.